Great, we are on our last flower, and then we can finesse them all. Let's zoom in here. What we're going to do first is we're going to create smart objects of the last flower that we created. We definitely want to create a smart object of that petal. I'm going to select all of them together. Group into smart objects. And let's see what we have. Let's turn that off. Okay, we need to take this guy, and we'll just link those together. And this is Lily, and Lily 2. Let's name this Lily Leaf, and our stem 3. Perfect, let's group all these together. Let's link them, and there we have it. Let's move on to our last flower. Let's find ourselves a stem. Let's duplicate that. Okay, and let's move that to the very top. Let's hold down our Shift key and pull that right on over, right under the top stem there. Now what we're going to do is create our leaf shapes. Move this up to the top. There we go. Okay, let's name this stem 4. Okay, what I'm going to do is come over here to my elliptical marquee tool. I'm going to have my dark color selected. I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, and I am going to create a small oval, just like so. I'm going to move it to the center. I'm going to fill it, just like that. Okay, now we have the center of our flower. What I'm going to do is build around that. Okay, I'm going to move that over just a bit so it's center. I'm going to take my pen tool, little petals around this shape. Remember, you always want to click and drag. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and change the color slightly, just so that it offsets from what we already have. Just like so. Perfect. If you want, you can take this one to the bottom, so that it's under what we've just created. And we're going to keep going. And we're kind of building something similar to a rose shape. You can adjust these just like we've adjusted everything else. I'll change the color again, just slightly. And I'm going to head on around what we've already created, just like that. And I'm going to move that down to the bottom. Let's see how that stands out from everything else. Darken that color up just a bit. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to create another. And I'm going to keep going around until I have a nice layering of petals. Right there. Perfect. Oops, let's zoom out. Now you can adjust if needed. Okay, last thing we need are the leaves of our ranunculus or our rose. I'm going to take my pen tool. I'm going to create a stem first. Just like that. This is a lot like the lily petals that we made. Give it a little weight at the bottom. We'll move it up just a bit so it sits perfectly right there. We'll do one on the other side, just like that. Perfect. We will move that one down just a bit also. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is give this a little bit of texture. So we will take our pen tool with our darker color and follow the contour of the leaf. Again, we can adjust as we go. I want to put these points almost directly across from one another. Okay, now that we have that, we'll take our arrow tool and adjust. Just like so. There we go. We might need to raise these up a bit. There we go. Let's pull the bottoms down just a tad. And you can see we have little anchor points here, so we can adjust that bottom if needed. Okay, let's change the color. Let's make it our darker. just like so, and do the same thing to the other leaf. Okay, let's zoom out. We can add some text at the bottom. And let's see what our text options are. Let's go with Trajan Pro. Let's just type something in here. Thinking of you, we'll center that in the bottom portion of the border, just like that.